he's just one of them. And that's a pretty good break for him. Gets the wing ball down, and will he have a shot on the one?
Very close, Bob. I'm right down the line on this. 3-ball deposited, but I don't know whether or not this would pass the 6 into the corner pocket. That would be the ideal choice for Riko, but certainly it goes into the far pocket. Another look at the breakoff form displayed by this young star. Is it going to be top left? Much tougher shot. But again, if he gets it, he's got the 2 over the side pocket, so it's all on this 1 ball. Can't strike a ball any better than that.
A righteous pot by Riko Diks, and that will boost his confidence.
And you're going to see a 5-9 combination. He'll stop the cue ball dead on pocketing this 4, and he's going to leave the 5-9. That's just how quickly it can turn around in 9-ball.
He's gotten perhaps a little bit closer than he wanted to, but I don't think he'll be bothered.
He won't be now. 9. And Riko opens accounts here in this match, looking to secure a place in the last 64.
Powerful break by Alex Pagulayan. So how does a guy as small as him get so much power, Jim?
It's all about technique. It's all about getting that head raised up as you bring the cue through. You can see it start to come up off the cue. Totally foreign to snooker players. This is something that would be forbidden if you were trying to learn the game of snooker. That's the only way you can get that through, that cue through the white and generate the cue power required. But again, it's control too, Bob. It isn't so much the power, but the power with all that control. That's what's so impressive.
Yes, but all the technique in the world isn't going to prevent you from getting bad luck like this. He has no clear shot on this one, so he's going to have to kick out.
Well, that was a great shot from Alex. He could have pushed there, and he knew that the kick with control might have been the better choice. It certainly looks like he was right here.
He's left a real tough shot here for Riko Diks if he wants to go offensive. So you look for him to go safety here. Oh, that's well judged.
Yeah, he's got to keep the handcuffs on Pagulayan right now. And he knows that.
These crowds here in Taipei, they're just so knowledgeable and so appreciative of even the nuances and subtleties of little safety shots like that.
Well, and I can't say enough about the crowds we've had here. Yesterday, you couldn't even get through to see the practice tables. There were that many people in attendance. And what impressed me even more were the age of the fans looking for autographs. I saw a couple little boys approaching Efren Reyes. They couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 years old. And that's just terrific to see.
There's a few of them right there, enjoying the action here on the TV table. Who knows, there could be a former world champion watching in this audience.
Or even a future one.
Future one, yeah, that would be a good idea, yeah. Meanwhile, Riko Diks here. There's a chance here at this 1-5 billiard, but that would be a very risky proposition.
And you're bumping the 1 straight back up the table, so you wouldn't get position on it, Bob, so there's no value there. But again, what does he elect for the safety? Nothing easy there either. These type of shots, there's always a few ways you can play them, and it's just down to what the player feels is the best percentage from his perspective. Well, he's gone at the 5, and he's got the 1.
What a shot by Riko Diks.
And he's finished on the 2.
Going deep into the playbook. I guess it was a multi-purpose shot there, because he could have made the 5 also, but if he had not made the 5 or the 1, there's a chance, slight chance of safety perhaps, because there would be lots of distance.
Well, I have no doubt that he was full throttle at the 5 there, but that 1 never looked out. Now can he carry that shot down the back stretch and over the finish line? Didn't want that contact on the 8. It's going to be a much tougher 3 than he would have liked. And he's going to be bridging very near that bottom cushion.
Fortunately for him, not a whole lot to do with the white ball for the upcoming 4-6 combination.
Great shot from Riko. He's starting to look like a different player now. It's amazing what a little confidence and shot making will do for you. He has completely seized the initiative back in this match.
And Alex Pagulayan, he knows more than anybody else that he is in a dogfight right now, because Riko Diks is starting to flex his muscles.
And just ensuring to leave a nice angle on this 5. He wants to take that cue ball up the table for the 8. 9 ball is all about leaving angles. That way your positional options are numerous. Wants it to slow down. That really couldn't have finished much worse. That angle now means that cue ball is going to be running away from the 9, and Riko may have to take this up table and negotiate the angles to get back for the 9. And anytime that cue ball's running loose, Bob, things can happen.
This is what I call over the river and through the woods. Let's see if he can make it back to Grandma's house.
And this is a much tougher 9 than Riko should have had to make, but it was a good 8. Right into the center of the pocket.
He's got a shot at this 9, but is there a scratch here that he has to avoid?
No, he shouldn't, not unless he mishits it. I mean, he knows, looking at it naturally. It looks if he played top, the thin cut on the 9. Or he could even draw it to the side cushion, but it's all about the 9 here. Great shot. And a much more confident Riko Diks, it has to be said. He really didn't get any mistakes from Pagulayan. He just seized the moment.
Powerful break, wing ball down. Does he have anything on the 1?
Bank shot possibility, but that's it.
But with those balls loitering around the 1 ball, as you take a look at this break and the balls taking their final position, you've got a chance maybe at safety. A look at the good technique, perhaps. With those balls hanging around the 1 ball, there's a chance for him to duck.
Well, you know something, Bob? The way that he's played, he's really seized the moment. And case in point, that 1 that he banked into the corner from a shot that we thought he was going to play safe. He banked it and ran it home. So why would we be surprised if he tried to bank this 1?
You called it, Jim.
Well, he's consistent, and you've got to give him that. If you're going to beat a player the ilk of an Alex Pagulayan, you've got to beat him.
And that went straight down, nothing but net. So Riko Diks just brimming with confidence.
There's an old saying, you don't back into wins, you go in the front door. And that's what Riko Diks is doing. Lost the cue ball here, though. I don't know whether he can still get through to this 3, but there's no way you want the cue ball to travel that far. This is close.
And a hiccup here for the man from the Netherlands.
I think he can just get through to this. That cue ball traveled another inch or so, he may not have been able to. And now he's having a good look at the pink 4. 5 just to the right of it, and that'll be the next ball on. He's got to be careful here.
Looks like he's playing this with some kind of a follow.
You got to really tip your hat to Riko. He was down 2-0. And he's come back with guns blazing.
And no sign of nerves whatsoever.
Just having a look to see where he wants to position that white to leave himself an angle on the brown 7. He's already given himself this shot. I like the way he's getting through the cue ball. Right on the line.
These European players are just so technically sound and so well schooled.
Now he's got 2 choices here. Play this with a lot of follow and left-hand side into that cue ball as he looks, or draw it off that cushion. Again, just a personal preference. And a long 9 to see his first lead of this match.
Three racks on the trot for Riko Diks.
Day 2 here at the World Trade Center in Taipei.
Pagulayan makes the 8 ball down, and he has a shot on the 2. And if there's one thing that you have to like about this kid, is that he just plays the game with so much joy. If there's a more effervescent personality in the world of pool, then I haven't met him.
Well, we've got a little nickname for Alex back home in Canada, and this moniker given to him by his good buddy Cliff Thorburn, who also is in attendance here competing for Canada. We call Alex the Killer Pixie. Diminutive in stature and with a heart as big as all outdoors in more ways than one. Now if he can slot this 3 up that left cushion, he'll just draw the cue ball back below the 9. Well, actually he's got 2 choices. He can play it out towards the center of the table and play above, but I fancy him to come below the 9. Less risk.
Wow. Does he? Oh no, he's got plenty of room. I thought he was going to draw that perhaps just a little bit more.
Yeah, he's below the 9 here, Bob. No danger. The 3 never looked out. Now he can just slot this in, come off the cushion to leave the 5 into the side pocket. Oh, he's elected to come around the other side. Now, that is a sign of a player with a little confidence. Doesn't mind traveling with that white. I never mind seeing that.
Yeah, and he played that shot, I guess, because it's a longer pattern, less speed control required.
Will also guaranteed to have an angle. Didn't want to take a chance of ending too straight on that 5 to the side, and that wouldn't have allowed him to get closer to the 6. And this doubly important because he wants to stop the rot. Riko has taken the last 3 racks. I think Alex wants to answer the bell and get up off the mat.
He hit that with lots of check side, lots of left English. Very confidently struck. And this match is starting to play out as one of the more absorbing quality matches we've seen here on this televised table. Oh, excellent break, Jim. Brilliant control on the white and an easy shot on the 2.
Well, this is just how big the break can be. When you're striking them like Riko Diks and Alex Pagulayan are right now, you just park your opponent in his chair. And given the lay of the land here, you really can't see Alex Pagulayan getting up in this rack.
Right now, it's going to be all a matter of holding your nerve. The first challenge here is that he's very straight on this 2.
This is the big shot in this rack. Position to the 4 may be the toughest task that confronts him.
It's got to slow down. That's just about, well, on second thought, perhaps he would like to be a little bit straighter on that because of where the 5 is.
Yeah, you're going to say that's just about perfect, but that cue ball just kept on motoring, Bob. And now Riko has to pull a rabbit from a hat here. He's overrun ideal position by about, well, I'd say, a foot, 18 inches, and a tough shot. He just overdrew this, struck it with a little too much force. Had the cue ball stopped around there, he'd have been perfect. Now he may not even be able to hold for position to the 5. A glimmer of hope here for Pagulayan.
Looks like he's just playing for the bank, but it's all gone horribly awry.
And this manufactured by the poor positional shot on the 2. It's almost like digging yourself a grave, and all of a sudden the dirt starts coming in on top of you. And now he's going to have to escape his own trap.
Oh, he must hate to have to use this jump cue at a juncture like this.
You got to be so careful with that object ball near the cushion. If that white's airborne when it strikes the 5, you might be picking it up off the floor. So he's got to be a little careful here and make sure that he calms that cue ball down before it strikes the 5. I think he will be delighted with the result there. And obviously the crowd thinks so too.
Riko Diks has accomplished what he set out to do in this shot, and that's not leave an easy offensive play for Pagulayan. But with all of these balls on, with so few balls on the table, it might be hard to play safe. So what do you think is running through his mind right now, Jim?
Well, 2 choices. He either puts distance between object ball and white by running with the cue ball, or just banking the 5 near the bottom cushion as we look and putting the cue ball over on the top cushion, possibly even using the 6. So again, the only danger here is Alex knows whichever he chooses, he'll be putting all his eggs in one basket. This is where percentages start to come into the game. You got to play a shot that quite possibly you can be playing both balls into a safe area. And the amount of time that Alex has taken just tells you how difficult this choice is.
He could even try to cut it in, but that would be a very, very risky shot.
No chance there, Bob. He was queuing up as though he was going off the bottom cushion to strike the 5
full
from the back.
Looks like he tried to play a pretty elaborate safety, and I'm not so sure. He's left Riko Diks a lot of distance, but a ghost of a chance as well. But I'm not so sure all of a sudden. Maybe he's gotten a partial eclipse and could buy another chance back at the table.
Well, that was one of those shots where I said Alex was playing both balls into a safe area, trying to get that cue ball behind the 9. And he hasn't quite accomplished it. I think Riko just has enough of that 5 sticking out, or a good clean stroke could deposit it.
He'll be looking, I guess if he misses this, he'll want to miss this thin.
Absolutely. He'll want to overcut this before hit it too thick.
If he misses this thin, the 5 ball will probably end up near the center of the end rail.
Just generally, okay.
So what's going on there, Jim?
Not exactly sure. Just having a little conversation with our referee, Michaela Tab. Not exactly sure what, but what an effort from Riko Diks there. I can't even begin to tell you how good that shot was.
The white ball under the rail, but it didn't bother him. He drills it home, but still a little bit of work to do here.
Well, the pressure's starting to mount as the finish line nears. Riko wants to try and get on the hill first. And that way he assures himself of at least one more chance.
Well, I guess he won't mind that little kiss off the 9.
Most helpless chair in the arena right now is the one occupied by Alex Pagulayan. This to go 4-3 in front.
Oh, he missed the corner ball, but he gets the 1 in the side. And how has he landed on the 2?
Well, he can see the 2, but that's about where the good news ends. 1 into the center pocket for Alex. Happy to see that. He maintains control of the table, and he's going to want to maintain the initiative here. He does generate some cue power off that break. You can see no chance to slot that 2, and he's got the outside opportunity of a difficult combination shot, but the other option is to try and take that cue ball possibly in behind the 4.
Yes, and I suspect that we're going to be seeing some kind of safety battle here because there's lots of junk over on the left side of the table. 6, 7, and 9 have congregated. So this is not exactly a run-out rack. He just got there. What a shot!
It was all about containment there for Alex. He had to get that cue ball behind the 4. Now he needs a mistake from Riko. And this will be the side cushion. And I'll tell you something, if Riko hits this one good, he could get a pretty good roll. Possibly even leave Alex in a little bit of trouble, but again, left a little bit to chance. He probably hit that about as good as he could have hit it, and he's left it for Pagulayan. So the door slightly ajar. Alex has got his foot in it. Now he wants to put his shoulder to it. Riko knows that that was very close to being a perfect hit. Well, the problem area, as far as Alex is concerned, is the green 6. Doesn't look like the green 6 passes to the bottom left corner, and he's already having a good look at it. As we see the bank shot by Pagulayan.
Yes, he played that bank shot on because that afforded him better position on the 3. If he had tried to cut it in, the white would be released, so he's played that to perfection. Now looking ahead a bit in this rack, is there any chance whatsoever that he might even play a billiard off the 6 to the 9 later on? Or is that thinking ahead a bit too much?
Well, I'd have to see that one. It's all about positioning on this next shot. The angle from the 4 to the 5 will determine how Alex attacks the 6. And he's showing you with his cue the angle that he wants to leave it, to come off the bottom cushion, hopefully to take the cue ball into that cluster of 3. Well, he's all right. He stayed on that side of the table, and now he may just have to spin the cue ball a little, throw that 5 into the bottom right corner. Another look at it.
Looks like he'll try to break this cluster off 2 rails.
Well, it won't be played with a lot of speed, but he's going to take that cue ball off that bottom cushion. A little bit of right-hand spin as he looks at the white, and hopefully just develop them to a stage where he can get a shot at that 6. This is going to be a controlled effort.
What a play. Couldn't have hit it any better than that.
No, you're absolutely right, Bob. And you know, he's even a touch unlucky to leave himself hampered over the 9. But the 2 cushions right into that cluster, pushing the 6 into the open. And now there's just a little bit of misfortune for Pagulayan there. And the shrug of the shoulders really says it all. What a big shot now, and an even bigger moment. Wow. I can't even begin to tell you how big that shot was. He's fighting with every ounce in his body right now as Pagulayan. And all he can do is get the score line to 4-4. Then it's going to be down to Riko Diks, who'll be breaking off in the decider.
I dare say, Jim, this is perhaps the most absorbing, interesting, and perhaps highest quality match I've seen on the TV table this week so far. We've seen so many terrific shots, and we've still got 1 rack to go.
Well, this has certainly been the best clearance. Of that, there is no doubt. Alex had a lot of work to do to get through these balls. And the 9 down. Ball into the side. He needs to land on that too.
I think he's got it. Look at that. Ball spinning like a double helix on that cloth.
He's got a bit of a problem here. He's going to have to play a shot a little bit more of an unconventional nature than he would have preferred given the circumstances. But with the angle here, he's got to get the other side of the table for the 3. That white doing a little dance for you. You can see the 3 is not available bottom left, so he's got to get that cue ball over the left-hand side of the table, and where the 5 is in relationship to the 2 stops him from drawing to the side cushion and back over to the left. Now, the only shot I see him playing here, and it increases the degree of difficulty to the pot, is to play this with a little left-hand spin, take the cue ball down to the right cushion, off the top cushion as we look, and get it back over the left-hand side. But again, that makes the ball
do funny things.
Well, it makes the ball a lot tougher to slot that 2 in. That's what he's showing you. He's looking to see if he can possibly draw that. But I can tell you, Riko, I don't think you're going to be able to avoid contacting the 5 that way. No, I didn't like that shot at all. I don't know what he was trying there.
Well, does he have an outside shot at the 3-9? He's lining it up, but it's not easy.
I'd rather have seen him take that cue ball around the other side of the table. This is a very low percentage combination. He's having a good look at it. I mean, it'd be a great shot if he gets it, and certainly it would validate the choice of shots there. But this is tough, and it's to win the match.
Perhaps he feels that he can play it in such a way that he'll send the white over the other side of the table.
Bob, that's exactly what it is. He's going to play this in a way where he's going to control the 3-2. He's going to be going for the 9.
3 will pretty much stay in that area.
Absolutely. He'll be running the top end of the table with the cue ball. So going for the 9. If he misses it, safety option number 2. But this for a 5-4 win. What a shot! Great shot from Riko Diks there. A tremendous combination, 3-9. And that picture says all you need to know.